The goal of being the entrepreneur is to go into any of these opportunities, any of these meetings, and be able to turn it into something so that you can capture the entire value of the pie chart of opportunities within real estate. When we talk about the entrepreneur, we're not talking about just an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneur being, whomever, starting any business that they want to. But when we're referring to the entrepreneur specifically within real estate, it refers to taking advantage of all opportunities that come your way. Who here is a real estate agent? Go ahead and raise your hand. All right, so we got half the room. Who here is a wholesaler? We got a few people. I see someone raising their hand for agent and wholesaler. Who here is just a real estate investor, whether you buy and holds, STRs, okay? Who here is in construction? Okay, so we've got all these different opportunities. Who here's in elevators?
There we go.
So we've got all these opportunities, and this is what Matt and I truly believe in and live out with our real estate investing and every seller that we talk to, every opportunity that we walk into. It's important to go into these opportunities, to these meetings, speaking with sellers, to these appointments, with an open mind to take it wherever you need to go. So real estate agents, majority of real estate agents, when they go and they speak to a seller, their sole goal is to get a listing appointment, right? It's how real estate agents get paid. They only get paid if they get a listing. And they want to meet with the seller and convince the seller why the best decision for them is to list their house on the market, take all these pictures, stage the house, host open houses, have people come in and out of the houses, have buyer agents come show the house. And a lot of times it actually is not the best route for the seller. But when a real estate agent's going there and they're only pitching this one option for a listing appointment or for listing the house for sale, if the seller does not want to list their house on the market, then the real estate agent loses that opportunity. The wholesaler is going and meeting with these sellers, and they're trying to convince the seller to go under contract with them for a little to no option in earnest, for a long option period, and to sell their house for 50% of what it's worth so that the wholesaler can make money. Now that is going to work for a small segment of sellers that they speak to. So when wholesalers are going and they're showing up to appointments and they're meeting with sellers, they are going to miss out on a lot of opportunities because very few sellers are going to want to sell their house or their property for 50% of what it's worth, right? And so the goal of being the entrepreneur is to go into any of these opportunities, any of these meetings, and be able to turn it into something so that you can capture the entire value of the pie chart of opportunities within real estate. So it's important to recognize that. It's important to remember that. It's what Matt and I believe in. It's how we've been able to capitalize on every opportunity that we come into, is we're not viewing it from one perspective of one path that we have to take this person down. And also, too, it's best for the seller or the person that you're working with because we're able to lay out all the options for them on the table and say, take your pick because we can make money on either of them. And in order for this to get done, it has to be a win-win. And I feel that a lot of people miss this in the industry, or just in general, is they try and take a situation down one path and they try and force it down. And sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't. And majority of the time, they probably miss out on all the other value that they could have taken had they been open-minded and been able to be flexible to take it down wherever the opportunity took it.
Yeah, so the thing is, this opens up opportunities for you as the entrepreneur. You have multiple solutions. So instead of just hoping that you have the best listing presentation, right? You don't let them pick between you and the next agent. You let them pick between the options that you give them, right? Maybe we manage your property. Maybe we buy half of your property, right? How many times is selling the property actually the best goal? Maybe a decent amount, but sometimes it's not, right? And so I don't think from a traditional brokerage standpoint, brokerages promote this because they get paid when you make a commission, right? But we can go in there and say, hey, why do you want to sell your house? Well, I need $100,000 because my son's going to college. Okay, well, you got $300,000 in equity. What if I give you $100,000, or what if I give you $70,000, And you don't have to sell. You have to pay commissions. You have to pay taxes on that profit, right? And we're going to own 30% of the deal. So this goes to maximizing your value when you meet with people, but then it also goes to maximizing the value for the seller or for the owner. So you're more than just an agent. You're an advisor. You're an entrepreneur. And this has led to tremendous success for us. We've done deals in a lot of different ways. We would love to talk through them. Me and Alex own probably close to 100 properties. And a lot of these properties, we own 66%, 75%. We always own more than 50 as us combined because we want to be able to control that and bring value on the management, getting the loan and stuff like that. But this isn't really something that anybody taught us. We kind of just figured it out as we were seeing other people wholesale us deals. We're like, oh man, that guy just made $100K. I'm probably going to make 50. What is this wholesaling, right? Looking at the contract, studying it, and back to being a student of the game. If you guys want to truly treat this as a profession, you've got to take notes, you got to ask questions. You need to understand, hey, how many people live in Round Rock? How many people live in Cedar Park? What's a 1031 exchange? What's IRR? What's NPV? If you don't know these things, it's hard to treat this as a profession. And what you're doing is you're just going deal by deal, kind of getting lucky, hoping that they keep coming. You have to build the foundation to have these solutions, and then you can almost capitalize on anything, right?